Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Crate, and welcome back to my channel. You are watching my Christmas card series for 2021, and I'm going to jump right into today's card. So I am inking up the Simon Says stamp Pinecone background stamp, and I'm using VersaFine Black Onyx ink so that I can go ahead and do some watercoloring with the Distress Ink minis. So you can see that I took the mini cube and I sponged it onto the glass mat, and then I sprayed it with some water, and then I'm going to go ahead and color this up. And it doesn't take a lot to color this up. It's very detailed. There's a lot of coloring, but it's very fun and you don't need a lot of colors. I did a card similar to this. We're using this stamp set, I believe, last year on my channel, but I did the square shape because I did not want to lose the fun background. But this time I'm going to be doing a slimline card, and I tried to stamp it out in the slimline style, the long, but it was very hard to match it all up. So what I'm going to do is watercolor the square, and then I will cut the square panel down to fit across my slimline card. So coloring it up, adding only 2 colors in, and you'll see as I go along how I get the coloring in. Don't mind my messy hair. It gets so messy bun, getting things done. It's pretty much my life. If I wear my hair down most of the day, my daughter will play with it and it just gets in the way. So it is that. And because there's so much detail in here, my head is going to get in the way. I just love how there's only 2 elements to this stamp set, but a pine cone and the pine branches are just so beautiful. I love to decorate with pine cones and have them there. So once most of the watercoloring was done, I just took that extra brown left over and I added more water to it, and then I splattered it into the white areas just to kind of bring in a little bit more of that color, to add that brown onto some of the branches and just add some interest to it. And I did not want that ink to go to waste if I could help it. And I really like how this worked out and the effect that it brought, that splattery effect. So then I'm just doing a quick cleanup, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. So here I am going to cut it down, like I said, to fit my slimline panel. I'm just cutting those edges off, and I put them aside to use on a future project. I believe I used them somewhere, but not in a video that I filmed. And then I'm just measuring out the image on the slimline card, and then I'm going to cut it down so it fits. And then I'm going to put it all together. And making it work. And then I put them together. It didn't line up completely, but you barely notice it. And I probably could have cut that down as well. Yes, I do cut it down a little bit, but then I do find that it didn't line up completely perfectly, even in the end. But you barely notice it because the picture just tells the story. So then I'm going ahead and mounting it onto some black cardstock because I wanted these pine cones and these pine branches to pop off the page. I didn't want them to get lost in the white card base. And here we go. And then I'm just going to trim this down a little bit more. I feel like also the base was a little bit off, or the black. But my paper cutter scares me, and so sometimes I just use scissors. I'm always afraid I'm going to get too close, so I need to get a fancier paper cutter. So now I'm just going ahead and working on my sentiment. I use the anti-static tool there, and I'm going to be stamping Christmas Blessings from a Simon Says stamp set, and if this set is still available, I will list it down below. It is an older Simon Says stamp, but it is so great. It has so many great sentiments on there, and it is one of my favorites. I pull this out every Christmas, and then I just use the Simon Says stamp white embossing powder, and then I'm heat setting that to make it melt and make it pop off of the black. And then I'll go ahead and cut that down. I love to fussy cut out the sentiments. And then I'm going to add that onto the card in the middle. And then I will do one last finishing touch on this card. So popped it right in the middle there, so not a lot of it, the design was lost. And then I'm going to add one more detail, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the clear pops of color from scrapbook.com, and I'm just adding it subtly over the pine cones and the branches to mimic the effect of dew, morning dew, or raindrops on the pine cones and the branches. And I really like how this looked. It gave it a finishing touch, but didn't add too much, and it just gives it a little bit of shine. So once that was all done, that finished up the card. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I am getting so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you join me here on my crafting channel. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much, and happy holidays from my channel, from myself to you, and stay tuned because I have more Christmas card videos coming your way. Bye for now.